Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked up at the clock and thought, where did the day go? Or worse, have you ever looked at a year, an entire chapter of your life, and realized you barely moved? That despite all your ideas, dreams, and plans, you've been drifting. Not because you don't care, not because you're lazy, but because of something far more dangerous. You've been wasting time without even realizing it. And in the next few minutes, I want to show you how time is silently slipping through your fingers and how to take it back before it's too late. The hidden time killers, you don't see them coming. Here's the trap. Most time isn't lost in hours. It's stolen in seconds. A scroll here. A meaningless yes there. A moment of hesitation that turns into a year of regret. According to research by behavioral scientist Dan Ariely, we're predictably irrational. Our brains are designed to choose comfort, not clarity. And every day, we fall into invisible time traps like decision fatigue, wasting energy on what doesn't matter, task switching, jumping between things, losing focus, instant gratification loops, dopamine hits from social media, short-term pleasure. And here's the killer. Your brain doesn't feel the time slipping. It only feels the effort of catching up. The average person spends 2.5 hours a day on social media. That's over 900 hours a year. Imagine what you could build, learn, or become in 900 focused hours. Let's be honest for a second. You've probably watched a ton of motivational videos before, and maybe you've even liked what you heard. But you still didn't hit subscribe. And that's okay. You're not alone. Most people don't subscribe right away, not because they're not interested, but because they're not yet convinced the next video will really help them change. So let me say this up front. If you're someone who wants to stop wasting time, if you're tired of starting over every Monday, if you're ready to take full control of your life, for real this time, then this channel isn't here to entertain you. It's here to wake you up, hold you accountable, and guide you through actual transformation. This is your space to reset, to build discipline, clarity, and momentum, one video at a time. So if that's what you're here for, don't just watch in the background like it's noise. Join the mission. Click subscribe, and let's build something powerful together, starting now. Time isn't money, it's life. We say time is money. But that's wrong. Time is life. Money, you can make back. Time, once it's gone, it's gone. The Stoics knew this. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. We don't realize the value of our time until we're forced to, when we lose someone, when we face regret, when we feel our own mortality creeping in. You don't need a tragedy to wake up. You just need to ask yourself one question. If I lived today 1,000 more times, would I be proud of how I spent it?" The psychology of drift and how to escape it. Here's what's scary. Most people don't decide to waste their life. They just don't decide not to. We drift. We live reactively instead of intentionally. Psychologists call this the default mode. It's the mental autopilot where your brain conserves energy, but kills momentum. So how do you fix it? You bring your life out of autopilot and into conscious motion. That starts with self-awareness. It starts with asking, what am I doing out of habit, not intention? Where am I spending time but not getting results? What am I avoiding that actually matters? Because until you get honest about what's stealing your time, you'll keep leaking your potential. Let's look at a few people who used time intentionally and changed everything. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter in cafes as a broke single mother, 1 hour at a time. She didn't wait for the perfect moment. She made the time she had count. Kobe Bryant trained at 4 a.m. when everyone else was asleep. He said, "I outworked people simply by showing up earlier." Steve Jobs asked himself every day, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do? If the answer was no, too many days in a row, he'd change something. They didn't just spend time, they invested it into something meaningful. Fix this first. 5 real steps to master your time. Here's the moment of truth. You know your time is slipping. So let's take it back. Step 1. Audit your time. Track your next 24 to 72 hours. No judgment, just awareness. You can't fix what you don't see. Step 2. Identify low-value loops. Look for time spent on mindless scrolling, overthinking, people-pleasing tasks, avoiding what matters. Replace 1 hour of these with deep, focused effort. Step 3. Set a daily non-negotiable. Choose one thing per day that moves your life forward. Just one. Do it before the distractions win. Step 4. Use time blocks. Your brain loves structure. Block 90-minute chunks for focused work, followed by rest. This is how deep work happens. Step 5. Ask this nightly question. Did I win the day, or did it win me? Reflect. Learn, adjust, and repeat. It's still yours to take. Let me end with this. You are not out of time, but you are out of reasons to waste it. Every hour you spend in distraction is one less building your dream. Every day you drift is a day you could have designed. But today, you have a choice. You can scroll, stall, and surrender to comfort. Or you can wake up. Take back your hours, and live like your time actually matters. Because it does. So turn off the noise, pick your priority, and win today. Because your future isn't built in years. It's built in hours like this one. Make it count.